Hello everybody and welcome back to Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. Last part, for a quick review, we sold a whole bunch of bandit scalps, we rested, we sold a couple of gear pieces to a smith in Baragast. We were not capable of selling a bunch of the other stuff that we are still running around with in our inventory because, whoops, we kind of sort of got the general goods dude killed. So yeah, his store in Baragast doesn't exist. Well, it exists, but we can't do anything in it. And I guess the devs never thought that somebody else should take over ownership of the store if the guy who's actually in charge of it dies. And so yeah, there's just a store that is open that you can't buy or sell goods at. And, well, it does leave me kind of curious as to how things work for the citizens of Baragast, considering that their apparently only general goods store doesn't exist, technically. Like, it's there, the building's there, the door's open, but there's nobody there to interact with. So you can't go there to buy jewelry or whatever the hell you want to buy. So yeah, that's a thing. And we also then proceeded to run into some dudes hunting here in, God, what is it called? Crosswood or something, I want to say. Cloakwood. God, I don't know why I forgot what it was called. Even though I'm recording these two parts back to back as per usual. Either way. Yeah. So that's, we managed to peacefully resolve the issue between the hunters and some druids here. That one of them, as it turned out, was Jahira's friend. But let's go ahead and get our timer started and try yet again to find this iron mine that supposedly exists. So let's see. Also, I need to move some shit around because some of our characters are a little slow moving right now because they're carrying a whole bunch of crap. Well, wearing a whole bunch of crap also slows them down, obviously. That's the main thing. Okay, there we go. I think we, I've got everybody into the... Oh. Bridge, interesting. I got everybody into the green when it comes to inventory. Hello there, Koran.
Oh, travelers, hold a moment.
It's refreshing to find other people in this wood. I am Koran, thief and archer. I've been alone in the wilderness for far too long. I wouldn't mind returning to the big city, but I've yet to collect my bounty. I'd share the reward with a lot of you if you would help hasten the hunt. You interested in hearing more? Yes, tell us more. Good. I'm glad you're smart enough to recognize opportunity when it comes knocking. The deal is this. I've been hired out by the mayor of Baragast to hunt down a great winged dragon that's been plaguing the caravan routes. He's offered 2,000 gold for its head. Now, before you get cold feet, let me allay your fears. The only descriptions of the beast have always mentioned its deadly barbed tail. From what I know about dragons, they don't have barbs on their tails. That's something unique to wyverns. So all we have to do is find this wyvern's nest and kill it. Our only worries are if it has friends over for dinner. So, what is your decision? Yay or nay? Yay? Very well then. We shouldn't tarry any longer. Let's collect the heads of those soon-to-be sorry wyverns. Sorry, dude. I didn't actually really want to bring you along. So, goodbye. Ah, well, even the best things pass away. Your company was enjoyable while it lasted. Perhaps we shall meet again. In theory, I don't actually need to bring him along to do this quest, so... we've decided to join up with an elf named... He's an elf? Okay, I didn't catch that at all, but okay. Named Koran, and hunting down a wyvern. There has been a substantial reward offered for the head of the beast. We can collect the reward just east of Baragast at the Temple of Lathander. That is where the mayor of Baragast is to be found, as he is also the head of the temple. Okay, well, I didn't know that little tidbit, but thanks for that, game.
Think carefully.
Either way, Koran, you didn't have anything useful for us, so we're going to go ahead and just cross over. Thanks for giving me a quest. I shall go and collect the reward without you. And in theory, nobody's gonna give a shit
Again?
that I'm stealing your bounty.
For the fallen! What is your command? Tempest, give us victory! No!
Oh, somebody got hit. Oh, Khalid got hit. And he got poisoned as a result. You know, Khalid, take care of the one that's attacking you, okay?
My blade will cut
Thank you.
down the sides.
Resist and die!
There we go. Now, Khalid is still
Caution.
poisoned, and he shall continue to be poisoned, taking a little bit of damage every so often. Eventually, it'll go away on its own.
No!
Okay, we found the western edge of the map. I'm probably gonna have to pop a heal. Oh, and never mind, we also found the northern edge of the map. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pop a heal on him.
With caution.
That didn't quite heal him nearly as much as I was hoping for, but I'll take it. Okay, so this is not the right way for finding the mine. So let's go ahead and cross the bridge that Corin is on again. And head out over here. Well, since it looks like we were probably pretty close to the northern edge of the map, I'm going to assume the mine is probably somewhere in the southern end. Well, you know, I say southern end, it's probably like right here. Because it would not make a whole lot of sense to actually have the... Oh my god. Lots of wolves. Okay. That'd be fun times with wolves. We might need to, depending on how heavily defended this mine is, because I'm assuming it is defended in some capacity, we may need to rest. Also depends on how many other stuff we run into. Luckily, it looks like this time my guys have not bugged out and decided that they are not going to automatically choose new targets, so that's very nice. I don't know why they have done that a couple times in the past, where they've just decided, I don't know what to do anymore. And so they just kind of stand there until I manually issue new orders. Might have actually spoke a little too soon, because some of them just kind of stood there.
Feel my power.
Okay.
Yes.
Dealt with them and not too badly beat up, which is always nice. How close are you to leveling up? 50 XP. That's like another 20 wolves. Oh, Dread Wolf. Okay, that's fun. Luckily, only 2 of them from the looks of it. So we'll go for a 2-2 setup. That was a nice hit. Oh, I finally took some damage this recording session.
Bleed. You require aid?
And Jaheira leveled up. Because these guys are worth 650 XP,
Yes.
10 times the XP of a single wolf.
Nature's servant awaits.
You have no proficiency skills to spend. So save versus paralysis, poison, death reduced by 1. Rod staff 1. petrification slash polymorph, breathe weapon, and spell reduced by 1. Additional pre-spells. You have another level 1, another level 2. Additional hit points 5. Lore increased by 1. I don't know what lore is, to be honest. But since you have gained some more stuff here, that means I need to go ahead and add some more things here. So I think maybe add another Cure Light Wounds, because we kind of need to rely on our healing, because the general goods dude is dead. We can't buy a whole bunch of health potions. Whoopsie daisy. Flame Blade. That might be fine. I don't quite know how well Charm Person / or Mammal works, so I don't think we'll bother with that. Lasts 4 rounds plus 1 round per level. Increases in its base armor class to 6 plus 1 for every 4 levels of the priest. Armor class 5 at 4th level. Armor class 4 at 8th, and so on. In addition, saving throws versus all attack forms except magic gain a +1 bonus. This spell can be placed on the caster or any other creature he touches. Okay, Barkskin sounds like it's actually a pretty nice one. Ooh. Okay, Goodberry is an interesting one. If my interpretation of this description is correct, this is a spell that you just cast, and it drops in your inventory 5 magical berries. And in theory, you can just cast this whenever. Obviously, because of the way this game works, it's however many times you have it memorized in your spell book that you can cast it, so I can do a maximum of 2 per day. So for a total of 10 magical berries each day. Each one restores 1 hit point when eaten, and presumably I can hand these out to the rest of the party. So it's like a free health potion that in theory, if I really wanted to, I could just like spend an hour or whatever and a whole bunch of money resting at an inn and just sort of passing through the days, and every day just remembering to go ahead and cast Goodberry twice in this scenario. But I think we're going to go with Barkskin. I think that's much more useful considering our how things are right now. Harper's Call sounds interesting. Oh, you also have this. I think another Cure Light Wounds. I'm really not a fan that it's Cure Light Wounds, to be honest, but I'll take what I can get. I thought you had some of this. What does Aid do? A Bless spell, +1 to attack and saving throws, and a special bonus to 1d8 additional hit points for the duration of the spell. The Aid spell enables the recipient to actually have more hit points than his current maximum. The bonus hit points are lost first when the recipient takes damage and may not be regained by curative magic. Okay, I think Aid actually sounds like it might be a nice little ability. For the more damage dice, for all effects outside a weapon's base damage is reduced by 1. For example, a 66 fireball will do 65 damage, and an arrow of fire that deals 1d6 plus 2 piercing plus 1d6 fire damage will deal 1d6 plus 2 piercing damage plus 1d5 fire damage. Instead, the priest's enemies suffer the opposite effect. If I'm interpreting that correctly, that lowers the maximum potential damage. Would it not? Because the way that works, the way these things are typically labeled, 1d6 means you roll a one-sided die. Or excuse me, you roll 1 6-sided die. So basically, it's how many dice you roll and then how many sides that die has. So a 1d, so changing it to a 1d6 plus 2 piercing plus 1d6 5, or at 1d6 fire damage to a 1d6 plus 2 piercing plus 1d5 fire damage would technically result in less damage, would it not? Unless I'm completely confused by the way this works, that would indicate that you would have the potential for less damage. Because you, rather than rolling a 6-sided die, you're rolling a 5-sided die, and you're not getting any other benefit for it from what I can tell. So chant, part of it might be useful. It's really a little hard to tell. It's just, this last bit is a little funky and doesn't quite sound right to me. I think we're going to go with 4 aids on her instead.
Think carefully.
Obviously, we'll have to rest for those things to actually take effect. And we might end up doing that, potentially. We'll see. Okay, this takes us back to where we were, so let's head this way, I guess. A warg. Oh, and a few of them.
My turn to save the day.
Oh, more than just a few of them. That is actually a pretty decent amount of them.
You have need of me? Yes?
Yeah, I think we're gonna end up resting before we inevitably run into the iron mine, because 2 of our guys are down to yellow already.
For the fallen!
Yep. My blade will cut you down to size.
Make that 3. I mean, obviously, I could use the heals, but I'd rather have the heals available in the middle of combat. So I think we're going to end up resting.
Oh, my heart's really not in this.
Tempest, give us victory!
Yes?
Okay, that's 120 XP each, which is a pretty penny. Out of curiosity, who's next on the level up? Looks like Jaheira again. She literally just freaking leveled up, but she's already well on her way to the next level. Okay, sure, game. I'll believe that. Okay, we found the southern edge of the map. Why do I get the feeling it's the mines inside there? I mean, I did know that the guys kind of looked like bandits. So I kind of get the feeling this so-called competing mine is actually inside that building. Because I think we're a little too far down to the southern edge of the map for it to make a whole lot of sense that we haven't found the mine yet.
You're already
I don't know what the hell these things are. Tasloy. But they're not exactly
again.
good looking,
My heart's really not in this.
I will say.
For the fallen!
Oh, there's another one coming up.
For the fallen!
That one tried to escape, but he kind of failed.
Fall! Fall!
What is your command?
Oh my god, there's another one coming. These things just don't quit. What the hell happened to you, Nera? You took some fire damage from the looks of it, and I didn't tell you to cast a spell, so I have zero clue as to why. Like, I'm pretty sure your wild magic is not supposed to kick in unless you use a spell, and you shouldn't have used one. These guys I don't think are worth a whole lot of XP. 35 each, yeah, they're freaking worthless on XP. Okay, that's the eastern edge of the map, and yeah, okay. Yeah, the mine is inside here. It's obvious. It's the only thing that makes any freaking sense. The mine is in there. We're gonna have to go and rest before we head in. Oh fuck, some more spiders that we missed previously.
Yes, O omnipresent authority figure.
Now,
Okay, Nera's somehow causing fire damage when she's not using any spells. Not quite sure how to feel about that, because that's liable to get her killed randomly. Oh, and the strife, when the staff strikes a target, there's a 10% chance that either the target or the wielder will take 1 point of fire damage. Okay, I never realized that her staff had that, but then again, I don't think I ever actually looked at her staff's stats. So, I guess I shouldn't be surprised by that. Now, I'm curious where the hell these
Proud of your actions.
druids came from and are hiding out, because, I mean, they went down to the south here where the Tolosi, or whatever they are, dudes were, but they weren't there. Not quite sure how to take that, but let's go ahead and rest.
Some days I'm surprised you let me tag along, considering how dangerous my wild magic can be.
Let's see. Are you whining about that again? No. We like Nera. She's fun. I don't think your wild magic's all that dangerous. The way I see it, the danger is worth the reward. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge for a reward? Or do we actually mean reward as in the more traditional sense in this case, which would be that sometimes the wild magic is actually more beneficial than it is hurtful to us. I don't think it's all that dangerous.
Really? Haven't you seen how powerful some of my spells are? That's why those red wizards were after me. They wish they were half as powerful as a wild mage.
No, actually, Nera, I haven't seen how powerful some of your spells are, because I've had you use spells on, like, maybe 3 or 4 occasions throughout this, and none of them have ever been particularly powerful. The closest, generally speaking, instead of having you use spells, I've had you use wands. And I guess the wands aren't affected by your wild magic capabilities, and thus they just do their normal damage no matter what. So, yeah, you're actually not all that exciting, Nera, when it comes to that. That's why I can't really justify saying that the danger is worth the reward, because it just isn't. That would probably piss her off. At least their spells work all the time. What I meant is that it doesn't seem dangerous because you handle it well. Does she really, though? Your spells are terrific sometimes. Other times, well, terrific has 2 meanings.
Now you're just flattering me.
It isn't flattery if it's true. Someone once told me flattery might get me somewhere. I think Nera did actually mention something about flattery getting us somewhere at one point, so that'd be throwing it right back in her face. Someone wants to, yeah, let's go with that.
Is that so? I'm beginning to think you're trying to handle me.
Let's see. I wouldn't think of it. You're obviously too hard to handle. I feel like somebody could misunderstand what you're saying there and think you're saying you're not actually interested in them. So that's probably not the best thing to respond to what she said with. Maybe you're the one who wants to handle me. Let's see. Now that's an idea. Come a little closer and I'll give it a try.
Well, since you put it like that.
Okay, are we seriously gonna just fucking... Pardon my French here. Are we just gonna fucking fuck on the forest floor outside of the building that is presumably hiding this mine that we've basically just spent the last however long it's been that we've been here and then however long we rested searching for? Are we really gonna do this right here? This doesn't seem like the best place to be doing it. Maybe wait till we get back to Barragost. Get ourselves a nice royal room and we can go at it like rabbits. See, you're not the only one who's full of surprises.
This boldness certainly suits you. The way you take charge sometimes, well, it makes me feel more confident too.
Oh my god, that's funny. So, basically, this dialogue is indicating I like someone who takes charge. Our first option is, that's good. Let's talk some more about our feelings. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. You know, I've got a bedroll and there's a nice secluded spot right over there. Well, that begs the question. So both of these more or less have the same implication, enough chit-chat, give me some sugar, baby, and, you know, I've got a bedroll and there's this nice secluded spot over there. Both of them very clearly indicate having sex. Like, that's clearly the implication here. It's slightly different phrasing and going about it, but the end result would more or less be the same, depending upon, you know, whether or not she goes for one option over the other. Did we rest before, or quick save before we rested? Looks like we did. Okay. Because I'm just, you know, if we fuck this up, I'd like to be able to, not. So, let's see. Enough chit-chat, give me some sugar, baby.
No, not just yet. It's so exhilarating, and I'd been hoping for it for some time. Let's return to this subject later, when we have more time to enjoy it.
Okay, well, I'm assuming actually any of those would have worked, and this wasn't like a, no, what are you thinking type thing, so we can say it was okay. It's becoming obvious that Nayra still needs the occasional reassurance of her value to the group, or to me personally. Whatever comes next, one thing's for sure, I must be careful what I say to her. She is one thin skin. Does she really? I didn't get that implication based off the dialogue, to be honest. In fact, it sounds like she's looking to get freaky, but she doesn't want to, you know, rush it because we're in the middle of a forest with bandits or something potentially nearby, and, you know, it's not exactly easy to get it on when you're worried about getting shot with a bow. Oh my god, guys, come on. Go inside. Thank you, Jesus.
Yes.
Oh, there's nothing here. That's locked. Okay,
I'm
well,
gone.
turns out I may have been wrong. Also, you may want to look for traps first before we do this. Okay, I don't think this is gonna work. That's a shame. Okay, looks like
Think carefully.
thing isn't here. Where the fuck is it then?
With caution.
Is it up here? Did we like literally walk past it like twice? Because it's not to the south there. That seems obvious. So, tread wolves. Well, these guys are at least worth a pretty amount of XP, so that's nice. What the hell happened? Did Branwen not... Branwen didn't heal, did she?
You require aid?
For the
my heart's really not in
nature's
this.
servant awaits.
Yeah, I think Branwen didn't heal
And watch this.
when we rested. Oh fuck, this thing's coming for us.
My turn to save the day. I'll do it.
Wonderful. 650 XP for that, and another 650 XP for the other one.
Think carefully.
The
Think
hero's at 190. Okay, that's the northern edge of the map. Where the fuck is the mine? Or does it just not exist? I mean, that's a possibility, presumably. Like, do I have to explore the entire map and then the game says, oh, hey, looks like the mine doesn't actually exist? Or something. Or am I an idiot and something actually is in that room and I just missed it? Because it didn't get highlighted when I pressed tab. Because we've explored enough of the map that I'm pretty sure if there was an entrance to a mine here, we would have found it already. That's my timer going off. You know what? We'll let this part go a little long. Okay, we found some X-farts.
For the fallen!
My blade will cut you down to
Feel
size.
my power.
Or possibly frosty.
Death!
Oh,
For the
my heart's really not in this.
Tempest, give us victory!
I can't be bothered to actually loot these guys. Like, they're literally just not worth it. They dropped a little bit of gold, but it's not really much. Like, I swear to God, if we somehow walked past the mine entrance, I'm going to be annoyed. But I'm not seeing it. Seriously. Like, I'm pretty sure we would have seen it by now if it was out here. Like, am I misunderstanding what this says? It appears there is a competing iron mine hidden somewhere deep within the forest. Well, unless there's another location to explore from one of these edges here, I don't think it actually exists.
Gorion would be proud of your actions.
'Cause I can go, like, I can go to the edge of the map here and... Oh, Cloakwood actually extends out. Okay, well, that's good to know.
Yes.
So as it turns out, I'm an idiot. Cloakwood is not just this one region. Cloakwood is at least 2 regions. Also, why is it 16 hours to travel from this part of Cloakwood to another part of Cloakwood when presumably they're actually like right next to each other? I don't think it should actually take us 16 hours to make this trip, but apparently it will. We're not going to go ahead and travel there right now though, because yeah, I don't want to potentially get immediately dropped into combat or something when we're a little bit beat up. It is the middle of the night, and I let this part run a little bit long because I thought we needed to explore the rest of this area. It turns out we don't. So yeah, gonna go ahead and I think I'll just save now. And next part we will probably rest a couple of times. Maybe we'll go into the cabin to rest. presumably we'll be safe in there and not have to worry about getting attacked and shit. Yeah, we might do that. Assuming I remember, because I record 2 episodes every week, and then, yeah, so it'll be, I'm recording this right now. I won't be recording this again until, the week of Christmas. So, we'll see if I end up actually recording it all then. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this part. I will see you all next time. A quick reminder that I do have a Patreon, Discord, and a Streamlabs donation link all down below in the description. If you want to stay updated on what's going on with the channel, I do highly recommend that you join the Discord. That is my go-to place for posting about channel happenings. As for the Patreon and Streamlabs, those are the 2 best ways to help support the channel if you find yourself enjoying this series or any of the other series on the channel. Patreon does take a 5%, if memory serves me correctly, cut of whatever your donations are, or pledges rather are. But in exchange, it provides me a nice, easy way to be able to basically handle the authentication of successful pledges and determine who gets early access to videos and who doesn't. As for the Streamlabs, the channel in that case gets 100% or damn near close 100% of whatever it is you give. But as a trade-off, they don't have a nice, easy way for me to necessarily authenticate who's who when it comes to giving early access to videos, and thus, if you go that route, you do not get any of the goodies, such as early access to videos. You only get that with the Patreon. If I find a good way to be able to handle the authentication of pledges, and successful recurring ones in particular, via Streamlabs, maybe they'll get the same treatment as Patreon, but as of right now, that is not the case, and I don't know if or when it will ever be the case. So yes, so both of those are down there. Choose whichever one you want to use to help support the channel if you wish to go ahead and do so. It helps me out because it means it gives me extra spending money to be able to buy games, upgrade my computer, things of that nature. But yeah, so that'll be it for this part. I'll see you all next time, where we will apparently be continuing to explore Cloakwood, trying to find this mythical, apparently may not actually be mythical, competing iron mine. So that'll be interesting, I say. Presumably at some point we will actually end up going to the city of Baldur's Gate, considering the we've so far had at least one person mention telling us to go and visit them if we ever go there. So yeah, I'll see you all next time, but until then, goodbye and farewell.